वीणामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुत ते नमः यात इषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडया या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः या निशुङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहीगश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रिताः सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेरयीमहे असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोराग्नियोज्या याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वपा अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुभे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विजृम्भनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उता अनेशन्नस्येष आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतिर्मीढुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधायानातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् गृणत्तु विश्वतः अतो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्मिञ्जराय कृषिमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्रुषाय विद्यादिवेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथाविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्नीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः
नमः सहमानाय निर्व्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुवाय
निषङ्गिने स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिनैषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्थायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः सृकाविभ्यो जिघागुंसभ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमो सिमभ्यो नक्तञ्चरभ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः इषुमभ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यभ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो भावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सुकृभ्यो धन्वकृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शितिविष्टाय च नमो नीढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्ण्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगर्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो धूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे च सुधिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णेशवे चायुभिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीत्याय च नमः सुभ्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईध्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमस्ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्काराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमस्तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाध्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च हिरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयनाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमस्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेष्ट्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शिष्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः कुर्याय च शून्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्ध्याय च नमो पगुरमाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो भक्तिरिकेभ्यो देवानागं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नमः आनिर्हतेभ्यो नमः आनीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणां येषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनुः शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजीतया नो मृडजीवसे मागं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृधि क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्चञ्चयोश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्रप्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुत मानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुत मान उक्षितम् मानो वधीः पितरं मोत मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वधीर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्न उत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नभस्मेते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यधा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हा आह स्तुहि श्रुतं कर्त सदंयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृडाजरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्विवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्गुणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरामघवद्यस्तनुष्वमीड्वस्तोकाय तनयाय मृडया मीढुष्टम शिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधं निधाय कृत्तिं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागैः विकृतविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृधि सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुं सहस्रयोजनेव धन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यन्नवेन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवाश्चितिकण्ठा शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाश्चितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पथां पथि रक्षय ऐलभृदाय व्युधः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रितावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तस्य भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजनेव धन्वानि तन्मसि
नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां
ये एन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषभस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोद्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु ते यन्द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोजम्भे दधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशां मृत्यो मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वान् वयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो माविशान्तकः तेनान्नेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टुः यस्विषु सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महे सौ ॐ मनसाय रुद्रं नमो देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हन्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
गौरी गणेश विनायका
गौरी गणेश विनायका
गौरी गणेश विनायका गौरी गणेश विनायका
गौरी गणेश विनायका
गौरी गणेश विनायका
गौरी गणेश विनायका
गौरी गणेश विनायका शुक्लाम्बरधर नाथ गजानन शुक्लाम्बरधर नाथ गजानन श्रीगणनाथ विनायका गजवदना जय गणपति वन्दना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना गौरी गणेश विनायका गौरी गणेश विनायका गौरी गणेश विनायका शुक्लाम्बरधर नाथ गजानन श्रीगणनाथ विनायका गजवदना जय गणपति वन्दना गजवदना जय गणपति वन्दना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना मङ्गलमूर्ति गजानना गौरी गणेश विनायका
शारदे जय शारदे वाग्विलासिनि शारदे शारदे जय शारदे वाग्विलासिनि शारदे
शारदे जय शारदे वाग्विलासिनि
जय जय गुरुदेवा श्री साई महादेवा 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 ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वरा साई महादेवा
Allah Sai, Mala Sai,
Allah Sai, Allah Sai,
Allah Sai, Mala Sai,
Allah Sai, Mola Sai,
Satguru Sai, Antaryami,
Sadguru Sai, Antaryami,
Satguru Sai, Antaryami,
Sadguru Sai, Antaryami,
Nanak Sai, Prem Sai,
Nanak Sai, Prem Sai,
Nanak Sai, Prem Sai,
Nanak Sai, Prem Sai,
Yeshu Sai, Karuna Sagara,
Yeshu Sai, Karuna Sagar,
Yeshu Sai, Karuna Sagara,
Yeshu Sai, Karuna Sagar,
Sarvadharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Sathya Sai,
Sarvadharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Dharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Allah Sai, Mola Sai,
Allah Sai, Mola Sai,
Satguru Sai, Antaryami,
Sadguru Sai,
Nanak Sai, Prem Sai,
Nanak Sai, Prem Sai,
Yeshu Sai, Karuna Sagara,
Yeshu Sai, Karuna Sagar,
Sarvadharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Dharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Sarvadharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Dharma Priya Sathya Sai,
Allah Sai,
Mola Sai.
नटराजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
राजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
राजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
राजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
शिवराजा शिवराजा 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 नटन शेखरा राजा
शिव शिव नमो हर हर नमो
शिव शिव नमो हर हर नमो
शिव शिव नमो हर हर नमो
शिव नमो हर हर नमो
शंकर शिव नटराजा हर 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 महादेवा
ओम हर 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 महादेवा
ओम हर 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 महादेवा
हर 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 महादेवा
नटराजा नटराजा नतन शेखरा राजा
नटराजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
शिवराजा शिवराजा नतन शेखरा राजा
शिवराजा शिवराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
शिव शिव नमो हर हर नमो
शिव नमो हर हर नमो
शंकर शिव नटराजा
शंकर शिव नटराजा
राजा नटराजा नतन शेखरा राजा
नटराजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा
नमः पार्वती पतये हर
नमः पार्वती पतये हर
हर हर हर हर महादेवा
हर 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 हर
शेखरा राजा शिवराजा शंकरा शेखरा राजा शिवराजा शंकरा शेखरा शंभो शिवराजा शंकरा शेखरा शंभो शिवराजा शंकरा हर हर शिव शिव पिनाक वैभव राजा शंकरा हर हर शिव शिव पिनाक वैभव राजा शंकरा शिवराजा शंकरा शिवराजा शंकरा शेखरा राजा शिवराजा शंकरा शेखरा शंभो शिवराजा शंकरा हर हर शिव शिव पिनाक वैभव राजा शंकरा शिवराजा शंकरा शिवराजा शंकरा शेखरा राजा शिवराजा शंकरा
ಕಂದ ಕುಮರ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಕಂದ ಕುಮರ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಗೌರಿ ಪುತ್ರ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಗೌರಿ ಪುತ್ರ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಕಂದ ಕುಮರ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಕಾರ್ತಿಕೇಯ ಕರುಣಾ ಸಾಗರ ಕಾರ್ತಿಕೇಯ ಕರುಣಾ ಸಾಗರ ದೀನ ಶರಣ್ಯ ವಡಿವೇಲ ದೀನ ಶರಣ್ಯ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಾಯಿನಾಥ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಾಯಿನಾಥ ವಡಿವೇಲ ಕಂದ ಕುಮರ ವಡಿವೇಲ కందా కుమరా వడివేలా కార్తికేయ కరుణా సాగర దీన శరణ్య వడివేలా శ్రీ సాయినాథ వడివేలా శ్రీ సాయినాథ వడివేలా కందా కుమరా వడివేలా.
साई साई स्मरण करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो
चरण कमल ध्यान
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो
चरण कमल ध्यान
साई साई स्मरण करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
केशव माधव भजन करो
केशव माधव भजन करो
केशव माधव भजन करो
केशव माधव भजन करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा
साई साई स्मरण करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो
चरण कमल ध्यान करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
साई साई स्मरण करो
केशव माधव भजन करो
केशव माधव भजन करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो साई साई स्मरण करो
పర్వదినము పవిత్రమైన ఉత్తరాయణ కాలమని
Today is a sacred day.
ఇది
Uttarayan.
విజ్ఞానమునకు ఆత్మజ్ఞానమునకు రెండింటికి సమమైనటువంటి యొక్క తత్వము.
It speaks of equanimity and equality between the knowledge of the self and of the wisdom.
సూర్యుడు ప్రతి నెల కూడాను ఒక్కొక్క దీని యందు ఋతువునందు ప్రారంభిస్తున్నాడు.
Sun shifts from one house to other as per the zodiac system.
కనుకని ఈనాడు మకర రేఖ పైన ప్రారంభం చేయటంటే దీనికి మకర సంక్రాంతి అని కూడా పేరు.
As it starts from the Capricorn zodiac system, this is called Makara Sankranti.
ఈ మకర సంక్రాంతి మానవునికి అనేక విధమైనటువంటి భౌతికమైన లౌకికమైన ప్రాకృతమైన ఆధ్యాత్మికమైనటువంటి సంపత్తిని అందిస్తూ ఉంటుండాలి.
As sun moves to the house of Capricorn, it confers the physical, moral, ethical, social happiness.
కనుక మానవునికి ఈ యొక్క జీవితంలో ఏ ఏ విజయాన్ని సాధించాలని ఉన్నాడో సర్వ విజయములకును సాక్షిభూతమైనటువంటిదే ఈ సంక్రాంతి.
Therefore, for victory in every field, Sankranti stands as the witness.
దీనికి అనేక విధములుగా వర్ణిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
This is described in myriad ways.
దినకరుడు శాంతుడైతోచే దినములింట కురుచలయ్యను చలిగాలి చులుకు హెచ్చే.
The day is shorter and shorter, and we find the chill weather, wind blowing.
పొలములం రేడి గుడ్డి వెన్నెలలోన కుప్పలన్నుచ్చు కాపులు గొంతులెత్తి పదములను పాడదొడగిరి.
We find the farmers singing in glory, watching the harvest
బంతి
around.
పువ్వుల ముఖములంత విప్పి
The flowers chrysanthemum blossom in full.
మన గృహంబుల ధాన్య సంపదల నిలిపి
There will be enough of grain and wealth at our residences.
సరసురాలైన సంక్రాంతి పండుగొచ్చే.
The beautiful Sankranti approaches with these signs.
మానవుడు కృషి జరిపినటువంటి చేత ఆ కృషి ఫలమైనటువంటి యొక్క సర్వ ధాన్యములు సర్వ సంపత్తి కూడాను ఈనాడు మన గృహముల్లో ప్రవేశిస్తుంటాయి.
Because of his work in the fields, he gets the harvest and the grain.
ఇలాంటి భౌతికమైనటువంటి సంపత్తికి ఈ సంక్రాంతి చాలా కళ్యాణకరమైనటువంటిది.
Sankranti is most auspicious from this point of harvest.
ఇంతే కాకుండా చల్లని గాలుల చేత పవిత్రమైన వాతావరణం చేత ఏ విధమైనటువంటి పనులు కూడా లేకుండా విశ్రాంతిని అందించేటువంటిది ఈ సంక్రాంతి.
Because of cold weather and sacred atmosphere around, we can have enough of rest.
శారీర మానసిక ఆధ్యాత్మిక విశ్రాంతులు మానవునికి అత్యవసరమైనప్పుడే ఈ యొక్క నిజమైనటువంటి శాంతి మనకు ప్రారంభమవుతుంది.
If we have got the rest at the physical level, mental and spiritual, then you will have the rest in the true sense.
సంక్రాంతి సంక్రాంతి ఇది పవిత్రమైనటువంటి ఒక కాంతిని అందించేటువంటిది, క్రాంతిని అందించేటువంటిది.
Sankranti confers sacred light, sacred peace.
మన అంతర్భూతమైన ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక ఆనందాన్ని మనకు ఆవిర్భవింపజేస్తుంది.
It's only inner latent bliss that expresses itself.
మానసిక యొక్క వాతావరణాన్ని చాలా మార్పు తెప్పిస్తుంది.
There will be a change in the outer environment.
సున్నితమైన పవిత్రమైన భావాన్ని మన నుండి ఆవిర్భవింపజేస్తుంది.
We develop the tender, soft, noble feeling.
Multi-faith prayer, the Sikh prayer. Ek onkar Satnam Karta Purak Nirbhav Nirvair Akhal Murat Ajuni Sebham Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Bhi Sach नानक हो सीधी सच.
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो
Amritam Gavaya
जगन्नाथा नाग ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूपा जय श्री ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल हारति अंदुको अंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि sacred holy and supreme is Baba's vibhuti pouring forth in sacred stream display of vibhuti so auspicious is its might it grants liberation Baba's vibhuti its power protects me paramam pavitram Baba vibhutim paramam विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि
I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. A warm and loving welcome to our dear brothers and sisters, our active workers, and those that are either visiting us or joining for the first time at Mill Hill Sai Centre. Wishing you all a happy Makara Sankranti and Thai Pongal to all of those celebrating, and wishing you all light, warmth and joy. I would like to invite Balvika student Kylan to read the quote for the week.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Makara Sankranti marks the movement of the sun from the southern horizon to the northern horizon. The sun symbolizing the vision of man. This northward movement is a call to human beings to turn their vision towards the divinity within. It is of immense spiritual significance. Divine Discourse, January 14th, 1997. Jai Sai Ram.
Lynn, I would like to invite Sister Sai Kiran to read the thought for the week.
My humble pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Thought for the week. From today, the sun starts on its northward journey. What does north signify? It is considered the direction leading to moksha, liberation. The sun is set to move towards Himachala. Himachala is made of two words, Hima plus Achala. Hima means white as snow. Achala means firm and unshakable. Where is this place this description applies? It is the region of our heart. In the heart that is pure and steady, the sun of buddhi, intellect, enters. There is no need to undertake the journey in the external world. Uttarayana, northward journey, means the turning the intellect inward towards the heart. The bliss experienced within alone is true bliss for man. Baba. Divine Discourse, Jan 15th, 1996. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Sister. Moving on to today's announcements. As we commence 2025, we have some changes to our Centre Committee, to the members who have lovingly served Swami in their respective roles over the last 2 years. Sister Puri will be stepping into the role of Bal Vikas Coordinator, and she will be supported by Sister Sajni and Brother Divij. And regarding the young adults, Sister Sindhuja and Brother Darshan will be stepping into our coordinator roles. We are truly grateful to our incoming committee members and pray that Swami will be with them at all times. Our sincere thanks and gratitude to Sister Nita, Vidya and Brother Arun for their dedication to their roles, and pray to Swami to bless them always. Moving on to our upcoming events. On the 1st of February, from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., on behalf of the Sri Sathya Sai organisation, we are pleased to invite you to participate in the National Office Bearers and Active Workers Conference. This will be taking place in Stratford on February the 1st. Please note that we are encouraging all active workers to attend this national event. It provides us with an opportunity to meet with and interact with other devotees from around the UK, as well as understanding forthcoming plans and activities. Moving on. We are truly blessed this morning to be joined by Sister Sathopa. Sister Sathopa is an alumna from the Sri Sathya Sai University, Anantapur campus. She has completed her bachelor's and master's from Anantapur in 1992. And in 1996, she was blessed to speak in the presence of our dearest Bhagavan on her personal life journey with him. Sister Sathopa is currently working at the Royal Free London Hospital in the NHS Foundation Trust and regularly attends the Central London Sai Centre. We'd like to welcome her forward. Sarah.
I offer myself at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami. Respected elders, dear friends, dear children, Sairam to all of you. It was a beautiful bhajan this morning. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you. And when I was preparing to come for today, I just made a prayer to Swami, because whenever he creates these opportunities for me to speak, usually the biggest lesson is for me. So I was just praying, and I came across a discourse of Swami's, 14th of January 1967. And what he says in that discourse, some of the stories I'm going to share with you this morning, because the way it came to me, I felt as if he wanted me to share those very stories with you. So carrying on from the theme that Swami has been telling us this morning about the significance of Makara Sankranti, so the sun starts its northward journey. And also, sun is the deity that signifies the vision of man. So equally, we have to become closer to Swami. We have to progress in our spiritual journey. And in doing this, Swami was saying in this discourse that there are 3 types of bhakti. So there's sahaja bhakti, which is what we do and what we know very, very well. Attending bhajans, doing pujas, undertaking vrats and vows, taking pilgrimages to Puttaparthi. In fact, when I was looking at the 9-point code of conduct behind me, a lot of that, the first steps, up to about step 6, is sahaja bhakti, because sahaja bhakti is about coming into the activities which involve the engagement with the Lord. So without doing that, if you're not present, it's a bit like the lottery. You have to be in it to win it. If you're not going to buy the ticket, if you're not going to come along, you will never have a chance of winning. So sahaja bhakti is what we all know and what we all love and what we all do regularly. But Swami was saying in this discourse that in sahaja bhakti, one of the risks is becoming mechanical. And he said that it's like when Hindus enter the temple and they ring the bell. So they ring the bell to announce that they've come. They want the Lord to, they want to sort of get the Lord's attention. And he said, unless you say a sincere prayer from the heart, you won't get the grace of the Lord at that moment. There's a risk. There's always a risk with us that we just become mechanical. All of us. It's just human nature. So Swami then told a story of a priest who had a cat. And he says the priest used to be very sincere. He used to complete these homams in his home every so often. Whenever he did a homam in the house, the cat used to go, get very, very excited, run around, knock things over, and cause a distraction. So the priest thought, well, I have to do something. So what he did is he used to catch the cat and put a basket over it. So it could still see, it could still breathe, but it couldn't move about. And this was for the duration of the homam. And the son, the priest had a son, a little boy, and he used to watch every time the father did the homam. He used to catch a cat and put a basket over its head. So when the boy grew up and became a priest, and the father was no more, the boy who was now a priest used to make a point of going out and bringing a cat into the house and putting a basket over its head. So Swami tells this story that this is what happens if you don't understand the significance of what you do. This is the risk is that we start doing things that we don't understand without understanding the significance. So then we want to go on. Swami said, do you want to stay every time at the level, at one class level? Do you not want to promote yourself to the other levels? And of course, when you get to the next stage, it's all about feeling and thought. So the next stage, Visesha Bhakti, is about purity of thought. You know, when we're struggling with our thoughts and our actions, and when we're trying to think about Shanti, Prema, Daya, having compassion for our fellow man, and feeling love and non-violence. And then Para Bhakti is the highest level of all, where instead of offering flowers and water and rice, we actually offer our whole selves to God, our thoughts and our actions. So there's another story that Swami tells, which I thought I would share with you this morning. And it's about success. Swami says that, you see, in life, when we want to become successful, what do we think of? We think of physical prowess, physical strength of body, beauty, physical beauty. We think of money. We think of getting high positions, authority. We think of carrying out research and developing our intellect and getting lots of praise and lots of respect and teaching others. This is what the worldly success looks like. And in truth, all of us are in the world. We're living in the world. We have a body, we have a life. We want some of those things. But one thing in this discourse Swami talked about, which I have also felt through my life as I've gone on through life, is Swami's idea of success is not the same as ours. Swami's idea of success is what we just talked about, the bhakti levels. So consequently, we will sometimes be praying for things, and we won't always get them. Number one, we may not get them at the right time when we want them. And we go on praying and praying all through our lives, and in the end we may not get them at all, or we may get them very, very late. At a time when we finally get them, we realize we don't even want them anymore. And meanwhile, Swami puts us through these different experiences so that we can actually become better in these three stages of bhakti, so we can actually turn northward in our spirituality and get close to him. And those are the things that Swami considers as success for us. And then Swami tells a story in this discourse about 4 friends. And he says there were 4 friends, and they wanted to enter into the cotton business together. And so they together, joint enterprise, they buy a warehouse full of cotton. And in the warehouse they have mice, so they decide they're going to buy a cat. So they get a little cat, and they all love it very much. And the cat jumps about and it eats the mice. And they love it so much that they put little anklets, gold anklets, on its 4 paws, because they're just so fond of this cat. So as the cat jumps about, the bells ring, and the mice run away. But then one day what happened was the cat jumped and it injured its paw because of one of the anklets. So Swami said what happened then was, what the 4 friends, each of them had, because they jointly owned the cat had 4 legs. So each friend was responsible for 1 leg. This is how the story goes. So the front paw right, the front paw left, the back paw right, the back paw left. And it was the front paw left hand side that was injured. So the friend that was responsible for the left-hand paw on the front side had wrapped it in a bandage, and they were all feeling very sorry. And the cat was by the fire licking its wound, and somehow the bandage got unraveled and caught fire. So the cat jumped up, it saw that something on fire is trailing it, got very agitated, and it ran. Where did it run? Into the warehouse. And Swami said, what happened to the cotton? It burnt down. So all the cotton was gone, and the 4 friends were like, all their investment gone in a flash. So 3 of the friends turned on the 4th friend, who was responsible for that front paw, and said, now you need to give us the money, you need to pay us compensation. It's because of you that this has happened. So the fourth friend was like, 1 minute here. Okay, let's go to court and fight this out. So they end up in the court. They tell the whole story to the judge. The judge listens very carefully. And he says, actually, when the cat ran into the warehouse with the flames running behind it, it was the 3 healthy paws that took it into the warehouse. It was not the wounded paw. The wounded paw was just trailing behind. So actually, it's the 3 friends who should be paying the 4th friend the compensation. So the reason Swami told this story, because he said, look how the thinking is completely different. Before the friends went to court, they were all demanding compensation from this one friend. And he was just silent, listening, thinking, oh my God, I can't afford to pay this. They go into the courtroom. The judge does a 360-degree turn. And he's actually saying, you owe him, not the other way around. And this, as Swami, you've seen Swami turn things 360 degrees himself. He says, I can turn a man 360 degrees round like this. That's the power of God. So similarly, he says, that is why you have to be in the company of godly people. That is why you have to have satsang. That is why you have to come for bhajan. You have to develop your bhakti. You have to become close to the Lord. You have to do your sadhana. Because the thinking of God is different to the thinking of the world. And so worldly cleverness can solve worldly solutions. But the problems of inside us, the spiritual problems, can only be solved by godly cleverness, by the cleverness of God. And the cleverness of God can only be got through sadhana. So I thought this was a lovely story as to why we have to come and progress our sadhana, and how Swami's lens of success is different to our lens of success. So another way Swami puts it is, and we saw this as students, we used to think of Swami as our parent, as many of us do. Swami is our father and our mother. And what do you do with your father or your mother? You want to please them all the time. You listen to them. They're in charge of you. They're responsible for you. They created you. They gave you everything you have. So you have to listen and obey. And Swami says that you should think of God as your nearest and dearest, so that you should not give him any disappointment, no bother, no worry, and no distress. He actually uses these words in the discourse. Don't give God disappointment. Don't bother him. Don't worry him, and don't distress him. And then he says, but God is not any of those things, but don't do it for him. So I just thought this was so sweet, because here we know that God is beyond all things, but yet he's come down in a human form to coax us in any which way possible to progress, because that is the reason he's taken birth. He took the human form so that he can coax us on our way. And even here, he's actually giving reasons as to, if this works for us, so be it. Let's use that as, Swami's like, don't do it, don't hurt me. Actually, we know God is beyond pain, he's beyond emotion, he's beyond everything. But he's saying, don't hurt me, don't disappoint me, don't distress me, don't cause me worry, and don't cause me bother. He actually uses the word bother in the discourse. I thought that was beautiful. He said, treat God as your nearest and your dearest. So, the thing with success, as we've said, is that we crave success. And then throughout life, we're craving our version of success. And then Swami puts us through the different experiences so that we can get closer to him. Because once we come in his fold, he will not leave us. So we will progress spiritually as well, because he will make sure of it. He says, once I leave you, I won't let you go. So we'll keep going through both of those things together, the ups and downs of life. And similarly, I realized one thing as well with Swami through all of these things. Sometimes you go through an experience, and actually it should be very straightforward. But it isn't, because somehow uncertainty gets introduced. And Swami says, love my uncertainty. And sometimes Swami puts us into situations where everything is uncertain around us. And we would rather have the certainty. We just want a peaceful life. We want things to be easy, straightforward, simple. And as we get older, we try to strive for simplicity, get our finances in order, get everything in order, all our responsibilities, so that we don't have to stress. But somehow the stress is always there. Some factors will come in from somewhere and cause disruption. And I realized that this is actually just Swami's way of keeping us on our toes, so that we constantly surrender to him. And I saw that picture this morning. I haven't seen that picture for a long time, and I remembered that day and the day before I spoke. And I'm just going to remember two things from that occasion, which shows you Swami's love my uncertainty, how he introduces uncertainty. And I'm sure many of you have been to Puttaparthi, and you know how it is in the ashram. Simple things become oh no, you have to run here, you have to run there, everything becomes confused. If you're going to Puttaparthi for 3 days, for sure you will have a very, very eventful 3 days there. Am I wrong or am I right? Accommodation, this, that, darshan. Oh, darshan time has changed. Oh no, this, that. You'll be in a group. You'll have all sorts of drama in the group. So the reason, of course, is, as I said, Swami's idea of success is not our idea of success. We want to go for 3 peaceful days in Prashantanilayam, and they will be peaceful in a different way, but there'll be lots and lots of things we'll learn in that process. So on that day, that was Christmas Day 1996. And the day before, so 2 weeks before, I had been approached to speak as part of Messengers of Sai. And every day I was just praying to Swami, Swami, what should I speak, Swami? And I was doing security duty at the time. Those days we used to sit in front, if you remember, and had to make sure that Swami's, the darshan lines are kept in discipline, in a disciplined way. Swami's not hurt in any way. And so I'd be sitting in front of Swami, handing him the handkerchief, and at the same time my mind would be just thinking of the talk. Swami, what do I say? Swami, what do you want me to speak on that day? Please tell me. And of course I got in trouble a few times because I wasn't doing my duty. I was thinking of something else. When I say trouble, I mean big trouble. I was called and told off and all of those things. So the drama was starting to build up to Christmas Day. And then the day before, I'd finally got my talk together. And every day what I used to do, go to the terrace of where I was staying, and I used to just speak out my talk, just practice it. I was so nervous. I'd never spoken in front of that kind of a crowd and with Swami next to me. I'd never done that before. So I used to practice every day, time myself, do it 3-4 times. Okay, I know what I'm going to say. I'd been rehearsing like this for 1 week, and then the day before, on Christmas Eve at 5 p.m., the lecturer said, okay, everything's changed. Swami has said the program is moving from the Purnachandra Auditorium to the Sai Kulwant Hall. And we had never done this program in the Sai Kulwant Hall at that time. It was fairly new. And it was just, as you know, Sai Kulwant Hall, there's no stage there. It's just, now the samadhi's there, but those days there was no samadhi. Obviously, Swami was there. There was a desk and some chairs, and it was just the veranda as we knew it. So everything was in disarray. There was no rehearsal, nothing. And then one of the lecturers called me and said, so what are you going to speak? Tell me, what are you going to say? So I said, oh, madam, okay. So I just told her briefly what I'm going to say. So she listened. Actually, what I had prepared was my own journey with Swami, because that's what was coming up for me. So when I told her, she listened and she said, okay. So have you not done any service activities in UK? So I said, well, madam, yes. Okay, talk about those instead. So she was literally expecting me to change the entire talk the evening before, talk about your service activity. So I was just like, well, madam, and then thankfully just at that moment, because Swami also saves us at the last minute. One of our professors walked in and she said, I just looked at her and I said, you want me to change everything now, madam? And she just said, so Rajeshri Patel was our senior lecturer. So she said, Raju, what do you think? Listen to her, see what she's going to speak. Don't you think it would be better if she spoke this? So then I told her, and she said, no, this is nice. So Otherwise, I don't think it would have gone well if I would have been changing everything at the last minute. But then what happened the next morning, as I said, everything changed. I was so stressed out that actually I said a prayer to Swami. Swami, if I have to go to the stage and fall flat over all of those wires, just trip and fall flat on my face, so be it. That's the point I'd reached. And actually all the drama Swami creates just so that he can get you to that point, on your knees. Nothing is yours, nothing. Even if you have to make a fool of yourself in front of thousands of people, that is my wish. You should be ready for that. It's not about you, it's about surrendering your ego. And I got to that point, and of course that didn't quite happen. I went up, I spoke, and as a result of that, Swami was very happy. He spoke to me afterwards and he was happy. And everybody who saw, they were also happy because they saw Swami's happy. But I knew what Swami's really happy about. They didn't know. It was a secret between me and him. What he was really happy about is I had got to the point I was literally ready to be chitpotang, like flat on the floor, forehead on the ground, in front of him. Like, that was what he wanted, and that's what I got to that point. He brought me to that point. So I think what that tells us is that, we have to really surrender the ego. And many times I've been doing things that I didn't think I could do. So it works both ways. Sometimes you do things you think you can do, but you have to surrender your ego so that it's him and it's not you. But when it works to the advantage is when he puts you in situations where you totally think you're out of your depth. It's like, Swami, what am I doing here? I'm not fit for this. But it works to your advantage because you just leave it all to him, and suddenly you're doing things, or people think you're doing things that actually you can't do. So one of those examples was shortly after this, I undertook some research. And actually, I hadn't done any kind of training on how to undertake proper research. And I remember I was working at the time, and then I had all these books around me, and I came in on a Saturday morning, I was surrounded by big books, and I just thought, Swami, I don't know how to craft the research, I don't know the methodology, I don't know which way to go, I've got no supervisor. And I heard a voice in my head say, just start, a bit like riding a bike, just start. So I just started typing, and before I knew it, it just came. I'm sure you would have experienced this as well. Like when you just try and everything starts to just happen. You just have to start. So it happened then, and that's when I realized that actually, that's where the confidence comes from. So some of us do things that we don't think we could ever do, and you just start. You take Swami's name and just start. And it happens. So the position that leads me to the current position that I've taken up at the Royal Free at the moment. And I just want to tell you how this came about. So this was not me thinking, this is what. So I am actually leading an anti-racism program for the Royal Free. And, I think mostly we are all people of color in this room. As I can see, we're all people who are not white. And this is something in our society, I'm telling you, we live in the UK. We don't really talk about racism much. We don't talk about it. But unfortunately, it does exist. And there's evidence it exists, because when you look at data, the outcomes are not the same. When you look at the data, the outcomes for people who are white presenting, they have outcomes, and then people who are not white have different outcomes. Majority, there are exceptions, of course. So there is a problem, and that's why they create these roles. So when I was invited to go on a course, somebody pushed the course to me, said, you should do this. So I said, okay, fine. This was 4 years ago, 2021. And I thought, okay, well, actually, I've always been fascinated with race and racism. It's true. This is true. Nobody knew that. I know, Swami knows. From childhood, because I, as many of you, have grown up here, and I always was fascinated at the fact that, we were the only brown family sometimes on the bus. I was the only brown child at school back in those days. So I grew up in a white society where I was usually the odd one out and felt very different. And I always wondered about how that affected me. And then, of course, I chose to go to Anantapur in India, where everybody looked like me, which was wonderful. So I was the happiest girl in the world, because no longer was I the only brown girl or just one or two brown people. No, everybody was brown. Everyone looked like me. I didn't stand out at all, and I loved that. And in anti-racist terms, that's called an affinity group. Affinity because the physical characteristics of the group are all the same. And you have a natural affinity with the group, and the group has a natural affinity with you. There's no discomfort, there's no judgment, there's no bias, because on sight of you, immediately, no one would know that you're different. And this has been shown to actually benefit people. So it was an interesting thing. Then I came back to England. Of course, I'm back in my own country. This is where I was born, and this is where I grew up. But of course, you're back with the problem of being in a white society, if you want to call it a problem. So I go through my career in different workplaces, and I managed to get here, there, everywhere so far. And then I go on this course, and it started to really name this problem and show data and show the historical context. And I was saying, she called me out on the first day in the course, and I said, well, all people are equal, aren't they? But we're all equal because, of course, we've been under Swami, all souls are equal. We know that we're all equal. So the lady who was taking the course, she said to me, yes, that's a beautiful statement. She said, we are all souls and we are all equal, but the lived experience of everyone is not equal, is it? That's what she said to me. And I thought about it, and she said, the data's showing that people have different experiences based on how they look. I didn't have an answer for that, and of course I had to do some more reading and understanding and learning and educating. But who do you think was putting me in this situation? Our beloved Bhagavan. And so 2 years later, I finished the course. Then the Royal Free wanted to start a program. The Royal Free, as you know, is a foundation, it's an NHS hospital. It's a group of hospitals. There are 4 hospitals. And now, as of the 1st of January, there are 18,000 staff in the Royal Free, 4 hospitals. 65% of them are non-white staff, 65%. Because as we all know, the NHS is propped up by many overseas staff, many expertise from doctors, nurses, allied health professionals, etc. And so the problem in the Royal Free and many other hospitals across the NHS is that staff are not having an equal experience. And guess what? They want to start a program, and I was invited to lead the program. Well, at that point, nobody in the Royal Free had done the training except me. But the training is difficult. I mean difficult, what I mean is, can you imagine sitting in a room of white-presenting English people and telling them about racism? And telling them about the data, and telling them that they have white privilege, and that actually, and here's the crunch, they need to look at themselves and change the way they treat people, because people are experiencing racism on every level. And we all need, and I'm not saying it's just white-presenting people, we're all in a system that is unfortunately having advantage for some over others based on how they physically present. And the people at the top of the tree, the people in power, have to do something about it. And most of the people at the top are white presenting, because therein lies the problem. People of color don't get easily up the ladder. It won't ever be said, but that's the truth. And that's what the data shows. Now, I never chose to be in that space doing all of that. But now most of my job is standing here or dialing into meetings with very, very senior white-presenting people and telling them this, telling them that the society is racist. It is like that's not a debate, that's a fact. And the data is there to back it up. And what is the solution? That's the point. What is the solution? The solution is that each and every one of us have to transform ourselves. We have to look at where we're being biased. We say that all people are equal, but are we really treating all people as equal? Truly, I mean. And so, what you find is the bias comes out in very subtle ways. So, for example, if your best friend came to work in your team, and you've been together since childhood, and you're the manager and they're reporting into you, the truth is, it's going to be very, very difficult not to be slightly biased towards them. Okay? Am I right? Your very best friend who you grew up with. And, you know, when you meet them in one-to-ones, when you're managing their performance, when you've got a special project that you want someone to lead, you may be on the face of it very neutral, but you'll be like, you know, or you'll maybe do things to make it more available for that friend, you know. Oh, they're not well this week. Okay, I'm extending the deadline till the end of next week. Little things you can do that no one can challenge, that will make it available for other people, for your friend, you know. Now, this is how bias works out. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because Swami led me into this role. And what I discovered, of course, as I said to you when I started the talk this morning, whenever Swami creates these opportunities for me to speak, who is the greatest recipient? Who is the greatest beneficiary? Undoubtedly, it's me. Undoubtedly. Because I've had to think about all these things over the last day to tell you any of this. So, in the same way, when I was doing this role, the person who had to do the most work was me. Because what I realized is the extent of my bias, I never realized. I was ashamed. I was ashamed because I realized that there's some people that I genuinely I'm not talking about Sai circles, I'm talking about in the workplace, where you're with other people who don't look like you physically. Physically, I'm talking about. They may be white presenting, or they may be Afro-Caribbean, they may be Chinese, but if they don't look like you, automatically you find yourself not behaving, the non-verbal signals, you do things which are very, very clear to people. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm going to share with you an example, which I'm a little ashamed of, but I'm going to share it anyway. So one day in the canteen at work, while I was doing this work, and I was in the queue, and the Royal Free Canteen is very nice food, very well subsidized, very busy. Patients, staff, everyone in there. It was lunchtime, peak lunchtime. Queues were very long. And I was in one queue, and I looked on the other side. The queue was long. Everything was getting held up. And there was a girl at the front in the till. And she was Afro-Caribbean. I don't know what her descent was. Very, very dark skin. Her hair was, Afro-Caribbean style. It was a little messy. You know, we're all running around in the middle of the day, so people don't look their best. But this girl was looking a little disheveled, you could say. And she was tapping her card on the till, and it wasn't working. And the whole queue was held up. And everyone was like, oh, you know. And I looked across, and I was just looking, and I admit I had the thought, oh, this girl can't. The card, you know, when you're tapping the card, it doesn't pay. Everyone, oh, God. Look, she's holding the whole place up, and she can't pay. And as I had the thought, I just caught myself. I thought, no, I'm doing that thing. I'm being biased. How do I know? And I'm doing it because of the way she looks physically. If it was a doctor with a stethoscope around their neck, or even a white presenting nurse, or even somebody Asian that looked like me, I'm sure I wouldn't be doing that. It's because the person looks completely different to me. I'm automatically assuming they can't pay. And just as I was having that thought, the girl tapped the card and it worked. So it's almost like Swami was showing me, yes, see, you were wrong. You're right. She could pay. There was nothing less of her. She's not less than you in any way. And immediately I just felt so ashamed. So I made a point as the girl turned away, and she looked genuinely harassed, because she'd held up everyone. And the looks she was getting, well, I think we're all sensitive to looks, right? We all get dirty. We know what a dirty look feels like. And the point is that people struggling in society at this bottom level, the looks they get all day long, everywhere. All day long. How does it feel, do you think, to get that? I remember growing up and getting on a bus in the 70s, and when there were, quite a racist sort of atmosphere sometimes, you'd get on with your mother and father, and the look, oh God, look who's, that look. We know what it feels like, right? Well, imagine people like that get it even more all the time. So this girl turned away looking really downcast, and I thought, I have to make amends. So I got her attention and I just smiled at her. And she just looked at me surprised, because what we studied in anti-racism is people who are at the bottom of the ladder in every way, their experiences are so bad that they get weathered and exhausted and tired and frustrated, and then they get called angry on top of it. It's like, oh yeah, the angry individual. They're not angry, they're just frustrated. This is the work I'm in. I just wanted to give you a little snapshot, because this is the work that Swami has brought me in. And now, when we talk of transformation, when we talk of para bhakti, when we talk of purity of mind and purity of action, it's getting these things right, amongst other things, of course, but almost like the lens, that the magnifying glass gets turned on us. What are you doing every day with everyone? Anti-racism, there is no race, it's a social construct. There's no such thing as race. We're all people. And yet we find that some people are treated more like people than others. So Swami in this discourse, to end, because I can tell it's nearly 11 o'clock, Swami in this discourse, he says that what God wants is sweetness. He wants sweetness from us. And what is sweetness? Sweetness is the way that we deal with each other. That's what sweetness is. It's not only speaking softly and sweetly. It's not just that. It's also having tolerance for people's opinions. It's being reasonable. It's about having consideration. It's about not becoming fanatical about rigor and discipline. Not that discipline is not important, but having compassion and understanding. And in this centenary year where we're entering into so much activity, everyone talks about how busy we're all going to be. But I feel like quality is more important than quantity. The way that we do things is what will really make Swami happy. I'm not saying we should do less. I don't think we should do less. But I do believe, and Swami told a story at the end, and I'll finish with this story. You've all been listening very patiently, and you've indulged me. I've talked about a lot of different things. But the story that Swami tells, I thought, was very beautiful. He says that there was once an old man who was getting his daughter married. And he wanted to have a nice big wedding, so he went to the man who owns elephants, and he got an old elephant. And they had the procession. And when the wedding had just finished and the bride and the groom were getting off the elephant, the old elephant just dropped down dead then and there. But the wedding was over, but the elephant was gone. It was dead. So the old man went to the elephant owner. He said, "I'm so sorry. This is what happened. The elephant died." So the elephant owner was like, no, sorry. This is my livelihood. I need another elephant. So he was demanding from the old man that the old man has to now buy him a new elephant. And the old man was up in arms, so off they went to court. Everything gets decided in court. They go to court, and the old man told the judge. And what the judge did, when he was about to call the elephant owner, this is Swami tells the story, it was that the elephant owner was about to enter the court. The judge put some mud pots in front of the door, lined up. So when the elephant owner walked in, obviously he threw the door open, all the mud pots got smashed. And then the judge said, "Oh, so you've broken my pots, now give them to me. Now buy me new ones." Obviously, two things. One, the pots were mud. And two, they were placed right in front of the door. So the elephant owner then understood that It's unreasonable. It's unreasonable. It's important to be reasonable. Swami was telling the story, like, be reasonable. Sometimes it's, we're so passionate about things. We're so committed. We're so determined. These are all excellent qualities, but it's important to temper it with an element of reasonableness and putting yourself in the other person's shoes and the empathy, a lot of which we've talked about today. And Swami said, this is what will make me happy. In the service of mankind, Swami says, in the same discourse, he said, the ocean is so vast, a vast body of water, but what is the point if it cannot slake the thirst of a single human being? The miser will live for 100 years, but what is the point if it will not spend a single penny to help another person? And so he says service is important, but also the way that we do the service, the way that we interact with each other. And he said that we should never feel unhappy or pain or grief. He said, just do seva, be close to Swami and be happy. And on that note, I will thank you so much for inviting me here. I've really enjoyed this last 20-25 minutes, and thank you so much, Sarah.